Do any of you remember when FDR chose Joe Kennedy to head what was going to be the new Securities and Exchange Commission, and the argument was this guy, the money and stock guy, running the police for the money and stock guy? Is that a good idea? And FDR reportedly said, well, who better than the fox to guard the hen house? Well, Ric Grenell, in a fascinating editorial, I love the way this guy's mind works, he focuses on all this fixation we have of candidates and their Wall Street or financial connections, and how, they're the last to talk about fixing Wall Street. Well, but by Ric Grenell's thinking, our U.S. spokesman at the UN, they're exactly the ones to do it. I thought it was a great piece, Rick. Why don't you explain your premise? Let's go first with Hillary Clinton, the recipient of a lot of Wall Street money, 600,000 plus in speeches, millions more to the Clinton Foundation. How does that comport her well to deal with Wall Street?
Well, first of all, Neil, you are somebody who understands this fundamentally. Wall Street is a unique place. You can't go in and just start making general rules that you think are going to help, because what they end up doing is hurting, and we've seen that over and over again. You have to have a politician who understands the details of Wall Street, that knows the problems of Wall Street. And I think Hillary has a chance. Now, we don't know for sure if she is willing to regulate her friends, but she has a lot of friends there. She knows the good. She knows the bad. So does Donald Trump. I think both of these individuals know Wall Street so well that they are the ones that could fix it if they have the political will.
Well, just because they know Wall Street doesn't take away the fact that they might be too close to Wall Street, right? You argue otherwise, that they have an appreciation for its good and its bad, right?
Being too close to Wall Street means that someone doesn't have the political will to stand up to their friends. But if you know the details of the industry, then you're an expert. You're somebody who would go in there and try to figure out, how do we keep the good and how do we get rid of the bad? For instance, someone like Sumner Redstone, 92 years old, can't speak, but he's surrounded by a team of people who protect him, and the shareholders, I think, we're growing outraged. And then you've got somebody like Joe Perella at PWP, who's an aging guy running a firm, kicking out all of the young guns, as the young guns are the ones who are trying to bring in the money and do all the work and work hard. When they bring in the clients and try to leave, then he wants to sue them, not pay them, and push them out. Those are the types of people that I think we've got to be able to have somebody like Donald Trump, somebody like Hillary Clinton, who knows the players, who can differentiate between the good and the bad and help us clean up Wall Street, because clearly it needs help.
Yeah, you could also argue that when it comes to Hillary Clinton, she doesn't really mean it, and it might be with a wink and a nod, all this Wall Street bashing, and she tells them, look, I'm not going to be crazy with you guys. Who knows? Which
means she doesn't have the political will, and I think it's right to be skeptical about that.
Right.
To me, Donald Trump, and I'm not supporting any particular candidate,
right,
but Trump is somebody who is going to be brave enough to take on his friends. He knows the games. He's played the games.
He has bashed them before. He's bashed them before. But when you're that rich, you can bash anyone you want. Apparently,
Hillary is that. We're rich now, though, Neil.
All right, well, I tell you, you're well by comparison. Ric Grenell, thank you very, very much. It's a great piece. I urge you all to read. Very thoughtful, very, very different.